What's happening, YouTube? Back in the day, gamer here. Thanks for tuning into my channel, and today I'm coming at you with another episode of Pickup of the Month. As you all know, myself and every other YouTuber does pickup videos. I put mine out once a month, showcasing the games I picked up the previous before. Well, more often than not, I found myself having one game stick out heads above the rest. So I decided to create this segment, Pickup of the Month, to better showcase that game and keep it in the limelight longer, so you guys would hopefully discover it and enjoy it as much as I did. That being said, this game that we're going to showcase, I picked up way back in December. I know what you're saying. It's May. Well, this game's kind of time sensitive. That's why I'm putting it out now. Now, I'm well aware that it is the month of May 4th to be exact. And what is May 4th? Star Wars Day. So, we're obviously going to be playing a Star Wars game. Now, the next thing you're probably thinking is, oh, a Star Wars game that we haven't heard of? Yeah, it doesn't exist. Wrong! I've got you stumped. Unless, of course, you paid attention to the description, you don't know what game I'm going to be talking about. Because it's a Japanese exclusive, and it's rare around these parts. That game is none other than the Japanese exclusive, Famicom only game simply titled Star Wars. Now take a look at this shiny metallic blue cartridge. Let's get the focus in there. Now, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but if you bought this one due to the way it looks, you'd have picked up a gem. So, without further ado, let's jump into this episode's... This episode's game... Son of a bitch, I messed it up right at the end. I'm not retaking it. It's going again. So, without further ado, let's jump into this episode's Pickup of the Month, Star Wars on the Famicom. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Dun, 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 dun. Good start to the game. Looks good, sounds good. Keep in mind, this is a 31-year-old 8-bit Famicom game. So here we've got the scrolling intro screen that everyone on this planet recognizes to be from all the Star Wars movies. You got a choice of novice or pro. We're definitely going to choose novice because this game is renowned for its difficulty. Right away, we start off with a good-looking cutscene which appears to be true to the feature. I don't know why it switched from English to Japanese text. That doesn't make a lick of sense. But a lot of times, Famicom games don't make a lick of sense. You got a couple of Jawas running off with R2. I'm sure that's what that text says. But first thing we all want to know is why the hell is Luke's hair black now? It was just blonde. It's never black. It's never been black. What's the deal? The background, though, looks good. Definitely reminiscent of the start of the movie, coming from the planet on which Luke grows up with his aunt and his uncle. Here you got some sand people. Now, when you kill enemies in this game, they drop little force crystals, which are essentially magic points. You've got a list of magic spells or forces that you can use throughout the game, which are not only helpful, but sometimes completely necessary. Here's a sand crawler. Let's jump in here. I really like the way this stormtrooper looks. Angry, stomping around. Let's kill him from behind. So over to the left, we've got a 1-up. Obviously, you want to pick those up whenever you see them. Unfortunately, they are few and far between. This game is rather difficult. You only have 3 lives, no continues. There is no life bar, and it's all one-hit deaths, which sucks. So here is the infamous screen we all know, if in fact you know anything about this game. Angry Video Nerd covered this. 30 seconds into the game, you're fighting Darth Vader, and what the hell is that? All of a sudden, he just turns into this big mutant scorpion. Don't remember that from the game. but he's easy to kill. He is going to the other room where you save R2. He happens to just be hanging out with the 2 Jawas, I think they're called. They captured him. So, do a little happy dance, back outside the sandcrawler. Now you jump in the land speeder and just plow through the enemies. You make your way over to the cantina where you meet Han Solo. He's got that scene with Guido. But apparently, they didn't feel the need to use that, which is unfortunate. That's a missed opportunity. If not for a board, at least a cutscene. But no. Anyhow, we're in the Millennium Falcon, and apparently on our way to save Obi-Wan. Here's where the game switches from a platformer to a space shooter. Now, I am not a shooter fan by any means, but I really like these boards. I think they're done well. I think you're fighting B-Wing fighters, just looks good. These cutscenes here especially, that looks very Star Wars-ish to me. Star Wars-ish? Esque, I meant to say. So whatever planet we landed on here, I would guess that it's Yoda's planet due to the amphibious creatures that you see, but it's not, because I've beat this board before and Yoda's not in it. Here's where you pick the blaster up. Now, the blaster's alright. It gives you range, which is very helpful, but it doesn't have rapid fire, so it kind of sucks, but it's better than nothing. Now, the jumping mechanics in this game are rather slippery. They take some getting used to, but once you get used to them, you can really plow through the jumping platforms without much trouble at all. Now we make our way to this Egyptian temple kind of place, which once again I don't recall from the movie. Here's where it not only comes in handy to use some of your forces, but it will be very necessary in a little bit. But here you can really shave a couple of minutes off just by blowing through that whole part. Once you've made your way to the top of the fortress, you see Darth Vader again. Now, is this going to be the final battle of the game? Or is it going to be another doppelganger? Doppelganger! This time he turns into some kind of skeleton pterodactyl, which also a bit strange, but he's not too difficult to defeat. Once you kill him, that opens up the pathway so you can save Obi-Wan. In order to reach Obi-Wan, here's where it becomes completely necessary to use the forces. Not just helpful, but necessary. There's no way you could traverse those spikes by falling. You have to use it. But when you do, it's not very difficult. And boom, Obi-Wan. What's up, buddy? You are greeted with an awkward little hand-holding patty cake scene. Not sure what that's about, but now we are on the outside of the temple, back into the land speeder. Really like the background on this board. The mountains and the sunset. Looks good. Colors really pop. So once you make it all the way through that board, you're jumping back onto the Millennium Falcon for another space shooter. This time we are on our way to save C-3PO. Now this space shooter board's a little more difficult. Obviously you want games to progress in difficulty. But I don't know if I said it on the first one, but those 3 blue squares, those are your 3 uses of the shield, where you do have to hit them at just the right time, or you end up getting hurt. Right, that time I used it just right. You only get 3. See those blue squares? I only used the 1. Love that landing sequence. Once again, looks great. So we made our way to this water board. Another thing I don't recall from the movie. But hey, it's just a game. So there's a lot of things about this game that are good, several bad. The worst of them being hit detection. Now, a lot of times that guy, that fish, you hit him but nothing happens. He really kicks your ass. But I nailed him that time. So we made our way to the third Darth Vader board, which is apparently themed in pink and lavender. That doesn't seem very dark side-ish. Alright, so turns into some kind of weird shark. Once again, 4 hits, and he's down. And saving C-3PO. Oh, and there it is. The Death Star in the background. Looking good. We make our way to the Death Star. Bravo! So here's where the game really ramps up, because this turns into a bit of a maze. And I have yet to be able to... Oh, I don't know what that does. I've yet to be able to find my way through. Maybe this will be the time. Alright, it's the garbage chute scene. Let's see what you do here. Use any of my force? Wait, I don't know. I don't know what any of these things mean. Oh, don't I call C-3PO? No? I call R2? Yeah, that's what you do. You call R2, and he opens the door for you. Nice. That was very true to the movie. Whoa. That's a good game, but a crappy game over screen. So that there is as far as I've gotten on Star Wars for the Famicom. Yes, I am giving this game a thumbs up. Let's go through and rate it now on my 10-point rating system. Graphics. Giving graphics a 2 out of a 3. Yes, they're not awesome, but like I said, this is a 31-year-old 8-bit Famicom game. So for that, they're getting a 2 out of 3. The controls. The controls are good, but they definitely should be better. Now, I'm not counting the terrible hit detection in on the controls. Hit detection obviously is not part of the controls, but it's part of the problem with the game. For controls, we're giving them a 2 out of 3. The jumps are a little slippery, but they are very adaptable. And, you know, you can kind of maneuver in the air a bit. That's very helpful. For sound, giving it a 2.5 out of 3. Once again, it's not awesome, but this is a 31-year-old 8-bit Famicom game. It's pretty awesome when you take into consideration that. Then there's always the 1 point plus or minus for difficulty. Now, this game is overhyped as being difficult. Yes, it is difficult. I don't exactly know how many boards there are. I know there's a snowboard after that. I know there's the board where you're driving the spaceship to blow up the Death Star, which you just saw there a moment ago. So, you know, I by no means was finished with the game, but I have to be 75% through. I haven't put that much time into it. That being said, being able to get that far, the game is not nearly as difficult as everyone pisses and moans about, but it is difficult. So I'm giving it 1 more point for difficulty, because if a game is too easy or too difficult, it should lose point. This one's good. It's bordering being, you know, maybe too difficult, but it's not. It's good. So, Back in the Day Gamer rates Star Wars for the Famicom a 7.5 out of 10. That's a 1 thumb up. It's not a must-have, but if you're into Famicom games, you should have this one. However, if you are into Star Wars, it is a must-have. There's lots of things that are true to the movie, like that, the garbage chute scene. I'm super blown away by that. That's my favorite part of the whole game, for sure. I can't believe no one ever mentioned that in any of the videos I've seen about this. That was kick-ass. Best part of the game. So, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about this game. And if you've never played it, by all means, find a way to do so. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And until next time, YouTube, keep it retro.